is also within us. We're made of star stuff.
Hey Mecca, thank you for the host. How are you doing tonight? Hello. Kind of shifted some stuff around in my overlay today, but hello, I am Ivory and I stream mostly artwork, nebula and space artwork on Saturdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I do ink drawings, prompt drawings on Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And today we're doing something special. We're trying to raise money for Astronomers Without Borders. There is, looks a bit better now. Yeah, it's a little bit less cluttered. I like it now. I need to adjust a couple things, but for now, it's fine. So Astronomers Without Borders is a organization that basically gets people from developed countries to get equipment and training for people in developing countries to learn about astronomy and space. So for the month of December, I'll be doing that and hopefully raising a little bit of money for them. So yeah, so today's drawing prompt is, I just did a simple one because we've been doing a lot of like existential kind of prompts lately. So it's just clouds. So I'm going to go ahead and start drawing. But yeah, so trying to figure out if anything new. This is my last day of my staycation. I took an additional 2 days off from my 2 days last week holiday. So I've got to have pretty much a 6-day weekend, which is awesome. It's been very, very good feeling and just kind of chilling and sleeping and just having a good time, hanging out and doing nothing. So all right, let's get started. Let's see if some of these pens are going to work out for me. I know I have to at least go through a couple of these guys and figure out if they're still working or not. Let's see. But yeah, how are you doing, Mecca? Anything new happening in your world? Doing all right? Playing any good games lately? Just relaxing. That's nice. Relaxing is always good. I'm a big fan of just relaxing. But yeah, I've just been kind of staying at home and just eating in, not really going out a whole bunch, saving some money, and just catching up on Netflix shows, and honestly just doing a whole bunch of nothing, which has been feeling pretty great. I go back to work tomorrow though, so it'll be an interesting change of pace going back into work. But at least I only have to work for 3 days this week. Hey Johnny, yes, I have a space dog. He is from space. I kidnapped him. Hi, how are you doing, Johnny? That's my little space puppers. His name is Vivian, and he's a super chill little guy who I've had for 9 years. And one of my chatters for a holiday present bought a extra camera so that I can have a space doggo cam. Yeah. So I thought that was super nice, and so I set that up just in the past few weeks, actually. Yeah, he's a good boy. He usually just like lays there. Sometimes he'll get up and move around, but he's pretty chill when I do my streams. He just wants to hang out, so. But yeah, today's prompt is clouds. So, let's see. believe I changed. I need to edit that. There we go. But how are you doing otherwise, Jordan? Your day was stressful, so you're not that awesome, but I'm glad I got over with. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry that it was stressful. Stressful days are the worst. But yeah, it's good that it's all done now. And hopefully you maybe learned some stuff from the stressful day, whether about your job or whatever, or about yourself. Because that's always what my favorite thing about stressful days are, is I get to kind of like learn something new from it. Oh no. Well, but at least that's something you learned. I mean, I definitely understand the anxiety side of things, and I've been there for sure, and it does suck really bad. Well, I'm glad the day is over for you and you can chill out. Is this from your new job that you had posted about a while ago? I like the ARF icon, thanks! Yeah, I drew a bunch of like little icons and stuff like that, and I made a little ARF icon for Space Viv. Yeah, tutoring kids in German for 3 hours takes it out of you, I bet. Yeah. How old are the kids that you're tutoring? All different ages between like 7 and 13 at the moment. Oh wow, yeah, so such a gap of a lot of stuff. I could definitely tell how that can be pretty anxious to be tutoring that that group of kids. I used to do I still do workshops and things like that, but it definitely is sometimes can be really trying depending on who you're tutoring and where they're at. I once did a zine tutorial, like a zine making workshop, and there was, it was at an adult writing center, but I had no idea that they were going to bring a whole group of kids who were actually kind of in a juvenile, kind of like delinquent level, like care. So I had no idea, and there was like one girl who couldn't have anything sharp, like scissors or anything like that, so it was like really super stressful for me to try to be like, oh, I want her to still be involved, but like I couldn't even staple the papers together for her because of the sharp staples, and she wasn't allowed to have anything sharp. So I had to like figure out, you know, how to still keep her involved and engaged without having those tools around. So Magical Fox shooting out leaves, yes. Always Magical Fox. Yeah, this little Magical Fox guy is a new kind of character that kind of popped up in, oh, I don't have them, I've got them framed. I was gonna drop them off at a bar for showing, but oh yeah, it was super difficult. I mean, we worked it out with like tape instead of staples and folding techniques to make a little booklet so that she could actually take something with her, because all the kids got to have like a booklet that they can take with them to draw or whatever they wanted to do. And but she was the only one who couldn't have staples, so I had to like quick think, and I was like, well, maybe if I do like folding technique where I cut open and then fold over and tape to make a booklet. So it worked out in the end, but it was just like definitely a difficult situation of trying to figure out how I can incorporate this person who I had no idea couldn't have sharp objects or anything like that, and try to still keep her as part of the group without her making feel like she wasn't part of the group. So that was definitely very tricky, but it all worked out in the end. Leporello, is that what it's called when you're not allowed to have sharp objects? Or I'm not familiar with names like the names of those. Hey, Ham, how's it going? Thanks for the cheer. Thanks for the bits. Whoop. Ah. No man, about the book technique. It's when you tape together pages and fold into a zigzag. Yeah, kind of like that. Going good. How are you? Yay, I'm doing well. Just last day of staycation, so today has been a total chill day, just napping and eating grilled cheese sandwiches, and it's been delicious. Oh, that's super cute. But yeah, so napping has been really good today. I took like a 2-hour nap this afternoon, and I was like, yes, there needs to be more naps in the world, because I felt 100% like energized afterwards, and it felt so great. Nap love. But yeah, so just doing the stream thing and just talking about stuff, and can't really think of anything that's been... Oh, you got a gifted... Yeah, I've been like getting gifted subs from so many different places that I've been hanging out. I think there's like you get special emotes. Oh my gosh, the butt emote is awesome. I napped earlier too, even though it was 8:30 p.m. and I tried my hardest just to close my eyes, but it was very refreshing. Yeah, naps are super refreshing for me. I enjoy them a lot. That is very perky. That was a perky butt right there. But yeah, I've been getting gifted subs from like so many different like Twitch streams that I follow. I know, I'm so happy. Yeah, only a shadow of me who watches my stream every now and then said, hey, you have a dog? Why don't you have a doggy cam? And I was like, I don't have an extra camera. And he was like, give me your wish list. And like it came in the mail like that week, and so it was a little holiday gift from one of my fans, and I was like, yay, now you guys can all enjoy Vivian the Space Puppers as he sleeps pretty much throughout the stream. And he's been pretty good. Like the last few times he was kind of antsy and kind of walked around a lot, and yeah, he's a sweet snuggly boy. But the last few times he was like kind of like, I'm out of here. So I'd have to put a picture, and it was so funny. One of my chatters was like, oh my god, your dog is not blinking at all. And it's like, oh no, that's a picture. I should do a wish list when I get back to yeah, that would be good. Yeah, I have like an art wish list that's in my chat boxes down like below. But hedgehog cam, And a cam. Hedgehog is outside again, probably off to sleep for hibernation already. Aw, hedgies. I used to take care of hedgehogs when I lived in Germany for my school. We had a couple of hedgehogs. Let's see here. Trying to get lines all situated in order here before I start darkening up areas. Hedgy hedgehog. I do miss having like little pets because I used to have guinea pigs in the past, and I've had rabbits and even some rats and stuff like that. And I do miss having like little tiny pets. Rats are the best. They're like little dogs. They're so cute. Trainable. Like my rats would always like just, I'd make little play fields for them to kind of like run around in. With all the like tissue boxes, and like I would take like those little yogurt treats and put them in like towels so they would have to find them, and I'd make it like super puzzly so they were engaged and entertained. But they were super smart little guys. And the one that was more fond of me, his name was Artemis. He would always, like I'd be typing on my computer and he would crawl up my arm and up to the back of my neck, to like the nape of my neck, and he would totally just fall asleep under my hair. And he would snore, which is the cutest thing in the world if you've ever heard a rat snore, because it sounds like they're purring. And he would just fall asleep there for hours until like I got up and maybe got some like, you know, snacks or something like that, and he'd be all like, all right, I'm awake. And then when he had to use the bathroom, he would just like pop on my shoulder and then just like lightly just like nip my ear, kind of like just a little love nip, nothing like hard or anything. And then I'd be like, what's up? And he'd start doing a little pee-pee dance. Super cute little rat, kind of like moving back and forth. And he's like, squeak, squeak, squeak. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll take you to your little cage so you can go pee. And then I'd let him in his cage, go pee, and then he would be right back. He'd be like, I'm ready to come back outside, you know? So super duper trainable. But yeah, he was a cutie. Biggest whiskers ever. His whiskers were like way out here. So cute. Super smart. Yeah, so I miss having like little critters. But I think at this time it's best that I just stick with the doggo. That rat is smarter than me. I just pee where his tag. That's funny. Whoopsies. Accidents galore. Let's see. Trying to figure out how I'm going to do these cloud formations, because I kind of want them to look a little bit like the other drawings that I've been doing, but a little bit lighter. Not so dark. Go ahead and start making dots, I suppose. Circles. Time for me to head off to bed. Good night, all y'all American beans. Aw, good night, Johnny. Thanks for popping in, and I hope your anxiety subsides and that it won't be too rough for you in the upcoming days. I really like taking ashwagandha for anxiety, so that helps. Oh, thank you for the host too. Thank you so much. yeah, thank you so much for popping in. Oh, thanks for the host, Ham.
Is also within us.
Hey,
We're
thank
made of
you.
star stuff.
I appreciate it. Gonna be some funky looking clouds. Just copying Johnny. You're a copycat. I appreciate it though anyway. So these clouds are definitely gonna be a little bit more like bubbly kind of clouds. Spirally, bubbly clouds in the sky. Yeah, I wanted to do like a simple prompt for today since the other two have been pretty like abstract kind of ideas of doing like the mind's habitat and then the solitude, very abstract kind of ideas of art. So I was like, we're just gonna do clouds. So however you want to interpret clouds and things like that. And I'm still kind of incorporating a lot of the art things that I've been doing with the last few pieces. So yeah, the tree shapes I'm super happy with, and I love doing them with the little eyes and stuff like that. Yeah, those have been super fun to draw. And actually like last stream I was kind of doing this while I was waiting for my nebula to kind of dry out, so I've been kind of playing with like doing them as cacti as well. I might put some like eyes, like flowers in them, and then like have the eye in the middle of the cactus flower. Thanks. Yeah. So just super fun just playing with that shape. And doing it in ink is so much fun. I actually love this kind of like doing some stuff more with ink now, and doing the inks on Tuesday, and then the yeah, that's the Astronomers Without Borders. But yeah, doing stuff with inks on Tuesdays, and then doing the watercolor nebulas on Saturdays. So I get to play with both styles and both mediums. I haven't really done like straight up ink drawings in quite some time, other than the last 3 Tuesdays. Also, how did your stream go on Monday? Since I've been staycationing, I haven't really gone on Twitch or anything too much. Went good? Awesome. What did you work on? Just some more Halloween? Cool. I love that you're continuing doing Halloween, because it's just like, I loved all the prompts and I was like, I really want to see all of these. They're so cool looking. I can't tell which one's my favorite yet either, because they all come out like really nice. And I'm like, oh, that one's really good too. And I love the little book you made for it. Yes, gotta finish. And I love the little book you made for it. That's such a cool idea. Yeah, I haven't like seen anybody make their own book for like Halloween or any of the prompts, so it was like, oh, well, that's super cool. I want to make more after you finish, of course. Yeah, I bet that would be a super fun project to do. Like have themed ones, or just like make them like random, just like regular sketchbooks. probably smaller projects, but custom themes. Oh, nice. Answered my question as you were typing. That's awesome. Would they be like commission work or something like that? Because I would totally promote you if it was commission work. I'll put that on like Twitter or something like that if you were doing commission work after you were done. Yes, theme. No, you don't like doing commissions. Okay, fair enough. Let's see how we're going to get this from dark to light. It's going to be a quick little challenge because all of this back here is going to be all dark.
Sometimes you have
Let's see.
to take a leap of faith first.
Kind of want to start the darkness with this one. The darkness. Yes. The super darkness. I hope I have enough ink in these ink pens. I just thought for a second, I was like, oh yeah, I might not have enough, because I don't think I have any more cartridges for the Pentel Pocket Brush Pen. I might have like one more, but I use pretty much all of them for Inktober. But I have 2 of these pens. So satisfying to cover a whole sky like that. Yes, for sure. But I have 2 of these Pentel Pocket Brush Pens, so maybe between the 2 of them we'll have enough to fill in the spots. And this paper definitely has a lot of tooth to it, so it's going to be a little bit difficult filling in some of the areas.
Sometimes you have to take a leap of faith first. Trust part comes later. Trust part comes later.
So it's funny, I'm so sad my staycation is going to be over because I've really been enjoying just being at home and working on projects and just doing a whole bunch of nothing. But I am starting to get a little antsy to start getting back to work. I know, it's like, oh, last day of staycation, but it's been great. Like I had 6 full days off of work and it has been freaking fantastic. Just to recharge and regroup mentally, emotionally, physically. It's just been wonderful. Yeah, I get Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off, which is funny because they're in the middle of the week. So most likely, I mean, I usually don't take those holiday days off. I just had like 2 extra days that I needed to, yeah. It's like I'm going to go to work on Monday and then have 2 days off and then go to work Thursday and Friday. I enjoy taking the first week of New Year's off because nobody takes those days off. So I'm like the only one in the office who takes those days off. And yeah, I get to do nothing for a week. It's great. And there's nothing really going on holiday-wise, so everything's really chill. And all of my family are, except for my brother, is out of town, so I don't do a lot of traveling. I usually stay in because it's too expensive to travel during this time. Yeah, those long vacations are great. And then, so I visit my mom in the springtime. when the ticket prices are a lot cheaper, because I think last time I looked, it's a smaller airport that I have to fly in to go visit my mom. So it's like over the holidays, it's like upwards of $450 per round trip ticket. But in the springtime, it's like $300. So yeah, thanks. But yeah, and then I still get to hang out with my mom for a couple days because I usually take a week off then, and then I get to spend some time just like taking the rental car and traveling around the desert, which I typically need to do every year. It calls me back. Oh, that's like half of what it always cost me to go see Jake when I lived in Canada. Oh man, I can't even imagine like those ticket prices. Yeah, it's just so weird because it's like, I mean, I know the airport's small and stuff, but it's an international airport, which I find funny. But it's like only has two, what do you call it, terminals. And it's really pretty. It's a really nice airport. But yeah, there's like hardly any traffic. Oh, if we got a bad time, it was like $800. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can't validate spending. I mean, like for my family, because they're in the States, it's like, Mom, I love you, but I cannot spend $800 to go see you. Yeah, that's kind of like what the holiday prices are sometimes, especially like when you get right around like Christmas. It's like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't have that kind of money. But I guess in like certain situations, if I had to, I could make it work. It'd just be a little rough. I'm flying close to Christmas and it was quite pricey. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I'll like look at doing like those cheaper airlines like Allegiant, where you only get to take like one carry-on, because I pack pretty light when I go traveling. I usually only bring a carry-on. I don't bring any extra baggage or anything like that, because you know, just need pretty much one pair of jeans and all the t-shirts. Yeah, you bring everything, lol. Yeah, I just pack a backpack for most of my trips. I need all my stuffed animals. Oh my gosh, I totally would need all my stuffed animals, but I'm just afraid that I'm gonna like lose them when I'm out there. And a blender. Well, of course, you need the blender to blend foods and tasty things. I'd never bring my stuffies. Yeah, I'd be like, I don't want like my bag to get lost and then I'll like lose all the things. Because when I was little, you know, traveling from like Germany to the States, there would be many a times where like I'd have to pack up like stuffed animals when I was a kid, and then it was like, oh, baggage lost, and I'm like, what? Trauma. Yeah, it was so traumatic as a child when you lost your bag. I mean, luckily they eventually found them, but being in a place without like your favorite stuffed animal because it was in your luggage. It's like, no, I want my stuffed animal now. I'm even more stressed out, and I need that security blanket like right now. And not being able to get it until like 2 days later, or even sometimes a week, depending. Because we're in the days of Pan Am Airlines. But we would fly to the States like it was either every 2 years or every year during summer vacation. We used to take ours everywhere, including on speedboats. We make safety harnesses for them. Oh, that's so cute. Safety harnesses for the stuffies. That's awesome, though. I mean, I really love traveling and stuff like that, so I wish I could afford to fly more and take more time off, but I just don't have the money to do that, unfortunately. I mean, I know I could save the money, but sometimes things cost a little bit more than you thought they were going to be costing. Yeah, road trips are always fun. I definitely love doing road trips. That's like my favorite time to think, is when I'm driving and just kind of zoning out. But there's some like really pretty like forest areas around here that I haven't visited, like campsites that I haven't visited. So I'm kind of making it like a promise to myself that I'm gonna at least visit a couple of those campsites in our state this coming year. Yeah, there's like one called Turkey Run, and it's supposed to be really pretty. And down south there's a lot of just beautiful trees, so in the fall everything looks beautiful. Brown County, that's what it is. And I've been to that area, and Clifty Falls. I've done a few road trips out here, but there's still more stuff. Like, I want to go to Kentucky, where there's like these beautiful caverns. You had me at Turkey, right? Yes, Turkey Run. But there's like these caverns, underground caverns in Kentucky that I want to go visit. Like they have like a river that runs underneath ground, and so definitely want to. I think it's Mammoth Cave is what it's called, but I need to do more research on that. What are you laying down over there, silly Viv? So Doggo is repositioning himself to the floor because, you know, he's too good for his bed. There we go. He's all like, screw this comfy bed, I'm gonna just lay down on the hardwood. Yeah. He's such a sweetie. Yeah, I don't understand why he like lays on the hardwood when he's got a soft bed. I'm like, what are you doing, silly dog? Alright, let's see. How am I gonna do this? So I want still the darkness to happen from the forest to kind of come back out and start turning into light coming out of the forest. I know I did it on the wrong side. I totally realized that. I was like, oh, well, I can't lay my hand there right now. So, yes, I totally... And I missed one, essentially, is what it was, because I thought I was going to start there. But then I was like, no, I kind of wanted to fill that one in. It's so silly. Luckily, it's not, like, this whole area is not going to be all black. So I don't have to fill in all of this stuff. Yes. It's like, it has been foretold by Ham and Ivory that we will always start coloring on the wrong side with paints and then realizing after it's done, like, oh, crap. Let's see. All right, it's not too bad. I'll get a little bit of ink on me, but nothing horrible. This stuff dries pretty fast. Yep. Super major heck. That is pretty funny, though. Every time. I have been good, though. I have been starting on the other side going like, Ham told me, and me and Ham had this conversation starting from the left. We won't get any ink on ourselves or paint. And then after I do it, I feel all proud. I'm like, yeah, I remembered. Are you even an artist if you're not swimming in paint, though? Right? Like, seriously. After every stream, I'm just like, my hands are covered in paint. It might be the law. Yes, I think it totally is the law. Like, if you do any art at all, you have to have at least like 1 or 2 like marks of paint, especially in this area. Like, this is the area where you usually get all the paints and stuff like that. But, and then sometimes I'll get on my thumb when I'm painting with the watercolors. It's ridiculous. Black fingertip from inking, nice. Yeah, it's almost like a tattoo of an artist, like getting those kind of like marks on you. All right, now to figure out, I'm probably just gonna like just start doing a bunch of circles to kind of like fill that in with darkness instead of doing the full painting effect. So let's do size 2. Hopefully my size 2 pens are working. I need to okay, that one's good. I need to go through all my pens and make sure that all of them still are inked, because I might have to refill or get another set or something like that. So let's do line right here. Oh, so I added, I can't remember if you were here for when I added the Carl Sagan thing. So I think those are back to working, because I had been using GiftBot for doing those and it was having some trouble last time. I think it just wasn't properly connected or something. But there's 2 other commands. You heard it before, yeah, the awesome Carl and the Oh Carl command. Nope, nothing new. Just those 2. I was just having trouble with them with the GiftBot the last few streams, but I think I got that together. Hopefully. Sweet, sweet Carl, indeed. Doing these ink drawings has been really fun, and kind of like I've been talking about like the meditative kind of like aspect of doing all the lines and the circles and everything like that. It's been really an interesting, fun process mentally, just to make as many lines as possible. Kind of like how Space does the shapes and makes straight. Yeah, which is so super cool. I love that stuff that's coming, that Space is making. That's some really cool designs. But yeah, it's kind of like that. It's just kind of like zoning out and just kind of like letting your brain just focus on that. You're getting one of those? What? Oh, that's awesome. Super cool trade. That is so cool. Yeah, I just love, you know, and I love that we have the fart pod. It's great because it's like, get to see what everybody's working on, new projects, and just kind of connecting in that way and supporting each other is super fun. Yeah, I love it too. Made her oh yeah, the is the fuck cake, right? I always forget to catch up, but it's nice to be able to go see. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, fuck cake. That was such a cool design. I love it. Your beautiful son. Yes. Yeah, that was a really super cool design. I dug that one a lot. You're welcome. Alright, let's see. Doing the dots. dots everywhere. Circles. Definitely good trance out music, that's for sure. These little bloops look like cereal. Tiny little bloops. They're like little Rice Krispie Puffs or something. Proper. Nope, I'm gonna have to wait a little bit for that to dry a little bit more before I add those on there. Back to the two. You were thinking corn pops. Did you know Canadian corn pops are different from American ones? Really? I had no idea. What makes them different? Is it flavor or shape or something different? Yeah, the Canadian ones are more like Kicks, but larger and sweeter. Oh yeah, I used to love Kicks. That was one of my favorite cereals. I think the American ones are actual puffed corn. Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. Yeah, I would totally love them. They sound delicious. Yeah, I really don't eat a whole bunch of cereal anymore, which is funny. Because I used to eat cereal all the time as a kid. But my mom was good. Like, she made sure that I wasn't eating, like, all the time, like, crappy ones. But I really liked Kicks and... was it like the Halloween ones, like Boo Berry? Yeah, I eat oatmeal now in the mornings. I'm just like, no, I'll just have oatmeal. Agreed. Yeah, totally random craving. Yeah, during the Halloween season when like Boo Berry and Count Chocula come out, I usually, if I have money to get one, I'll just buy one for the season, and that's about as much sugary, like cereal anything that or sugary anything that I'll eat. That was one we never had. You guys have a lot of fun. Well, we got to keep those kids, you know, got to keep them, you know, addicted to that sugar. So we got to make them fun and colorful every time. That's how we get them. Get the kids addicted to the sugar.
It's time to share the course for change.
I always thought the seasonal flavors were a neat concept. We didn't have much of that where I grew up. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool too. Although the whole pumpkin spice phenomenon that happens here during Halloween or autumn, I am not a fan. I like pumpkin pie, but I am not a pumpkin spice fan at all. I'm like, that's disgusting. That is gross. I do not want pumpkin spice lattes, pumpkin spice cookies. It's like too much pumpkin spice, guys. It's like I'll have, if somebody has like pumpkin pie at like Thanksgiving dinner or something like that, or if I'm hanging out, I'll have like a small piece. Like I prefer cheesecakes or cherry pies or apple pies even. My favorite is strawberry rhubarb pie. Too much sometimes. Oh, the cookies I'll take. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah. I'm just, it's just too much. It might just be like the smell for me, just because it's like everything just smells like pumpkin. Yeah, strawberry rhubarb is my absolute favorite. Like I used to make that pie all the time in New Mexico. It was my favorite pie. Just do the strawberry and rhubarb and make the filling, just adding just a little bit of sugar and let it cook down, and then just like fill up, make pie. Well, I sometimes would make the pie crust, but otherwise I would just like buy a pie crust and then just refill that back in, and it was delicious. So good. My favorite is pumpkin, but strawberry rhubarb is, yeah. Strawberry rhubarb is awesome. Yeah, I don't really know that many people who do strawberry rhubarb, so it's kind of fun to be able to like, oh, you like strawberry rhubarb too? Awesome. There's a little Amish community that brings tiny little like single serve strawberry rhubarb pies to the farmer's market. So I get my fix every now and then. Pie in general is just amazing. Yes. Yeah, the little pies are like this big, like they're tiny pies, but they have like, they always have strawberry rhubarb. Like every season I'm like, and take my money, thank you. I'll take 50, yes. And just like unhinge the jaw like a giant snake and just like put all 50 of them into my mouth, and that would be awesome. I am ready. Yes. Yeah, those pies were really good. But they're seasonal, so sometimes you can't get them. But they have other delicious, delicious stuff. The little farmers markets that they have here are pretty awesome. They have one in the summertime and one in the winter time. And there's just so much delicious foods that people bring to it. just noticed the ham balloon. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot that was in there. Yeah, and I had to like do something, like, oh my gosh, I tried to work on my stream avatars and I was trying to fix the size of the window frame, and then all of a sudden my stream my stream avatars were like this big. They were like so tiny, the words and all, and I was like, how do I fix that? And I couldn't get it back, and I don't know if it was like a bug or if I just didn't know what I was doing. So I had to like take everything off and then put everything back on. Yeah, but I'm not quite sure how I scaled it because I was just trying to get the frame like to match up with my OBS. It was bizarre. I couldn't tell you how I did it. Oh, Viv, are you gonna sit there? Viv in action. Viv in action. Action pup. What you doing, action dog? He's like, I don't know, just kind of hanging. Yeah, it's fixed. He's scratching himself. Nope, you gotta stay with me for a while until I go on break, buddies. Sorry for moving the camera around a bunch. I just know you guys want to see the beautiful Vivian. He is the star of the show, so let's see if he lays back down on the hardwood. Lay down, buddies. Come on, go on your bed. Go lay down on your bed. On your bed. There we go. Lay down. There we go. Upper cam, top view. I'm glad that did you move where your stream setup is? A different angle. I totally moved my stream setup. So I was in a situation before where I had all my stuff in one room, and that was like bed, desks, art, streaming. It was very cramped in there and it was driving me crazy. But this room opened up in my house and I cleaned it up and everything like that. And it is now my office / art room. So yeah, now it's like I have all the space. It's great. I can like put my arms out and like go around in circles. It's awesome. Like a helicopter. Yeah, it's been a really long time since I've had any sort of studio space. I haven't had one truly in this house. I've got like a small one in the basement, but I don't work in the basement. I can't. Basements are always for me like places where I feel completely uncomfortable because it's so dark down there. I was like, there's no way that I can work in a basement. So I don't. But yeah, so I have studio space. It has 2 windows and I can see, I can see the sunlight. So that's, for me, is important. Yeah, because I really do not like basement spaces or anything like that. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I am not Gollum for sure. Yeah, it would just depress me being down there. Because I would go down there and try to, this is when I used to do more leather working and things like that, and I would go down there to work on some stuff, and then I was just like, I don't want to do any more work because I'm so depressed. It's like, it feels horrible down there. So dark and musky. Yeah, this basement is like an unfinished basement. I mean, I like the fact of having the space of the basement, but it's an unfinished basement, so it's very like cement, and like it sometimes can, like, if it, back before I had it fixed, because I own this house, before I had it fixed, it used to like get wet when it rained, so it was really bad. Yeah. Yeah, it was like kind of like it's kind of like a dungeon. It's like a dungeon basement. The windows are like kind of closed up. They're like high up and closed up, so you don't really get any light coming in. And Yeah, overall it's just right now kind of a storage space. I have to go through it and figure out like what I'm gonna do with that space. I have a bunch of stuff that needs to be packed into storage. So there's a lot of like transitioning going on right now in my life. So, but it'll be fine. I'm not super worried about it. It's just gonna take some time. Ivory's Not So Sexy Dungeon, correct. Yes, this I would not recommend anybody have any sexy time in my basement dungeon. What I've been wanting to do, which is quite fun, is I want to clean it all out, and if I had the money to, buy a bunch of pinball machines and have like a pinball like venue that's like a secret venue, like a speakeasy pinball place, where you like knock on the door and be all like, what's the password? Because I have a side door. Oh, what? You have some neighbors with a setup like that? That is so cool. But like it would be called something like the Pinball Cauldron or something, because kind of playing along the lines of like, instead of Pinball Wizard, it's Pinball Witch. So it'd be kind of fun to like play on that kind of like idea. It's very cute. The password is Carl, right? That would, or let's say like apple pie from scratch or something like that. All you have to do is create the universe. But yeah, I would love to, like, if I had the money to do that, that's totally what I would do. But I do not have the money to do that, so a girl can dream. Rhubarb strawberry pie. Yeah, we should totally like change that. Like do a voiceover, and instead of him saying apple pie from scratch, we'll say rhubarb strawberry pie from scratch. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue, right? This is true. But yeah, that would be super fun to have like a little speakeasy of pinball machines. Like a secret kind of hideout where like walls move and just like rotate, so that if somebody were to like come in there, they'd be like, there's no pinball machines in here. And then like, yeah, you're right, there is none. And then when people actually come, it's like press a button and everything like turns around. It's all like these pinball machines, and then a bartender like flips around. Total speakeasy. That would be so much fun. It's just a room with a descending ceiling of spikes. Yes, exactly. That would be hilarious. Oh, King's Quest, yes. I have played King's Quest in the past. If that's the game I'm thinking of, it is a very hard game. Let me make sure it's what you're talking about. I'm all like, yes. Oh, yes, yes. Old school. That is some old school stuff right there. Yes. Man, I have not played that in forever. That is some seriously old school stuff for me. Oh god, we watch the playthroughs occasionally. Nice. Yeah, that sounds like something I would do. Just like, let's just watch this. Sheets knows of them too. Cool. So I have to make my Alexander Dux here. That's awesome. Oh, by the way, I'm not sure. Are you into the Netflix series The OA? I can't remember if we talked about that. I've not watched that one. Okay, there's like 2 seasons, and I remember watching the first season like a couple years back, and it's kind of like this story of this girl who, well, she's like an adult now, but she gets kidnapped. She was blind, and she gets kidnapped when she's 21, but she comes back and she's not blind anymore, and it's also all about like near-death experiences, and kind of, it's like one of those like fantasy, but like kind of parallel universe-y or science-y kind of, but it's a really interesting kind of storyline. So like it's basically about like her telling the story of her capture. Yeah, give it a shot. I mean, I think the first episode might be like probably a little bit kind of like, I have no idea what's going on, but as it, of course, with every show, as it starts going, it's really interesting. So I mean, I like weird, it's almost like sci-fi kind of like science stuff, but setting with just kind of like this weird kind of like undertone of like, what exactly is going on? Yeah. And it's the person who wrote it, her name is Britt Marling, and she's done a few movies that are actually really good. One's called The Sound of My Voice, and the other one's called Another Earth, I think it's called. So she does kind of like writing, producing, acting. Yeah, give it a try. If honestly, if you don't like it, no biggie. But yeah, it's just something I thought maybe you might like, because I like it, and seeing as we have a little bit of similarities in like our style of what we like art wise, and talking about Carl Sagan and stuff like that, so figured I'd give that a shot. We're working through the new She-Ra right now. Nice. Yeah, I've been kind of watching Atypical. Flux recommended that one, and he said he's really liking it. So I'm on the 2nd season of Atypical right now. Yeah. No, that one I had it recommended as well, but I've not seen it yet. It's really, yeah, it's interesting. It's I'm not sure if I'll probably like get super into it where I'm like, I'm ready for season 3, because it's kind of like, okay, it's, you know, family drama stuff, but also autism and dealing with, not necessarily dealing, but kind of touching on how our main character kind of navigates his life with having autism. So it's kind of an interesting story. And but yeah, it's so far I like it. Yeah, that's kind of why I was like watching it, because I was like, I'm not sure exactly how this is being perceived by people that I know who have autism, because I've not had a conversation with somebody, so I'm not quite sure exactly how it's being perceived. Netflix has been putting out some pretty good, like, on my staycation, it's like been funny because I really haven't been doing anything other than watching Netflix, because I typically don't do that. Like, I'm usually at work, or I'm, you know, playing video games on my off time, or drawing on Twitch, or drawing in general. So I had all this free time, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'll watch Netflix and totally just binge watch these shows. And it was just such a weird feeling that I was doing that. I was like, oh, I guess I don't really have to do anything right now other than watch. Yes, live in the dream. The person recommending has autism and thinks it's reasonably well done. At least the parts he had watched so far. Nice. Well, that's good. But yeah, it was like, oh, look at all the time I have to not do anything except just touch up on where Netflix is at with their original series and stuff. So I've been watching a lot of Netflix lately. Oh, that's my whole life, except I fill it with my own schedule, so I never know when to take the off time. Right, yeah. Yeah, I'm just always doing stuff. So I'm just never really like, oh, I'll just stop doing everything and focus on this show for an entire day. And just spend an entire day watching a show. I haven't done that in a really long time, so I was like, holy crap. I totally, watched a show for a whole day and then I took like a 3-hour nap. That felt pretty awesome. Busy. Yep. It's always nice when you schedule it though, for sure. It's like scheduled and not scheduled at the same time because it's like, I'm not planning on it. I'm doing really anything. Like, okay, today is my lazy day. Oh yeah, I love being able to have a lazy day. I had a lazy 5 days. So that was nice. I don't count Thanksgiving because I went over to my brother's house to have some turkey and mashed potatoes. And it was tasty. And it was good seeing my brother and his partner too, so that was nice. They live in the same city as I do. Yeah. So, and it's funny, they live in the same city as I do, but we hardly get to see each other because we're just so busy. Because he works and I work, and he lives on a different side of town, so it's like getting together and trying to figure out like a plan to hang out typically doesn't work out very well. Let's see here. Can't remember this one. Whoops, did I tell you I'm going to Canada soon? No. When are you going to Canada? Are you visiting family or? On the 14th, super cool. That'll be fun. Awesome. I'm visiting my sister and her partner and their cats. Yes! That sounds super fun. The 14th is coming up. We got like a week and a half before you go. I will also meet up with childhood best friend. Oh, super cool. That is way cool. Fun. When was the last time you were in Canada? Oh, just answered my question. That's funny. Haven't been there in like 12 years. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. What's the temperature over there? Like, what's happening? Is it like super cold? Well, I'm sure it's like snowy. Cold. What part of Canada, like the east or the west coast, or somewhere in the middle? Got nice clothes, awesome. All the warm clothes. Southern Ontario, so vaguely Great Lakes area. Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with that area. I've never been to Canada, but I'm familiar just by proxy of Michigan and knowing a little bit about that. very nice and naturey. You might enjoy it. Oh, I love naturey places like that. Nature. Oh, I bet there's going to be so much inspiration you're going to be getting from seeing that, you know, part of the world again. Yeah, I'm hyped. That's awesome. That is super cool. Jake had never seen real snow. What? Has Jake been living in Texas, right, for his whole life? Oh, wow, Louisiana, yeah. Yeah. I could see why you've not seen snow yet. Wow, that's crazy. That's gonna be so exciting. You could have snowball fights and build snowmen and snow angels. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have so much fun. Jake just was right. And snow devils, yes! Snow devils are also awesome. They're easy to make too. Alright, I think I'm gonna do these little bubbly things and then I'm gonna take a quick short break. Get some stretching done and a little bit more tea. Just kind of want to like do a couple more of these kind of weird cloud bubbles. Kind of like that. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna take a quick wee little break for stretching. And I got a new BRB short break screen, so I'm gonna give that a try out. Okay, yeah, watch the She-Ra, and thank you for looking. So I'm gonna put out some stars first, and stars are the currency of the stream. 5 satellites per star, and I will be right back. Just taking a quick short break. Thanks. to doing some drawing. What I'm going to do is erase my line work that I've got going on. Try to give this a little bit of balance by doing some black. Kind of fill this space a little bit with dark color. And try to see if I can not fill it all the way, but kind of like creeping into the frame. Balance out the darkness from the trees. One thing I really like about this brush is being able to do the kind of texture effect with it. If it's kind of low on ink, and gives such good texture going on there. Be a dog. Let's fix this camera. There we go. Doggo cam fixed. I think he's getting used to the doggy cam. How we're going to do this. see. Hey RZ, how's it going? Doing all right, good to hear. Something that looks different about your overlay webcam. Yep, I kind of moved stuff around. Definitely organized things a little bit differently and added a new puppy cam.
seconds and counting. T-minus minutes, 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower clear.
piece actually is going a lot faster than I expected. Which is good because I have an early night anyway, or early morning tomorrow. So after I'm done with this, I'll probably just close up the stream for the night. Unfortunately, no Ivory Mons tonight because the sketchbook that I ordered for more Ivory Mons is not in yet. So Saturday we'll be able to do Ivory Mons again.